Welcome to Dave's Cooking Show Christmas Spectacular. Coming to you every day until Christmas Day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. While you're here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to know when I go live to review other people's cooking videos, click that bell notification. All right, up today we have Maker's Mark Meatloaf. First thing we got to do to make this recipe, and it's really easy to do, is make our barbecue sauce. All right, to a pot, we're going to add 2 cups of ketchup. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, followed by some freshly ground black pepper, followed by a teaspoon of garlic powder, followed by a half a tablespoon of onion powder, followed by about a 1/4 cup of tomato paste, followed by a 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, and then we add a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, however you pronounce it. Why do Brits have to have such weird names for things? And then we'll add a tablespoon of liquid smoke. And then a half a cup of light brown sugar. And finally, 3/4 of a cup of whiskey. Again, specifically, I used Maker's Mark. You don't have to. Any whiskey will do. But again, I called it Maker's Mark Meatloaf, so it's kind of important. Anyway, 3/4 of a cup of Maker's Mark. Then grab yourself a spatula, a spoon, a whisk. Doesn't really matter. And whisk this until it's combined. And then over about a medium heat, we're going to let this simmer for 1 hour. And like I said, this can be easily doubled and made days ahead of the meatloaf. In fact, actually, almost everything in this meatloaf can be made at least 24 hours ahead of time. Recipes like this are perfect for the busy holiday schedules most people have. Now, the meatloaf is incredibly simple. It is 2 pounds of 80/20 ground chuck. You can do this by hand, but I figured, what the hell, I'm going to use my mixer bowl. 1 6-ounce bag of stuffing mix. Then you want to add 2 eggs. And finally, 1 cup of water. If you wanted to, you could have added chicken stock or beef stock. But I either think I forgot I bought it, or I forgot to pick it up. Then, you just want to mix this around for a couple minutes till everything is mixed together. Okay. Now we just want to pack our little meatloaf in there. And if you wrap this in clear film, it'll be good to go for another 24 hours. But since I'm going to cook it right now, you want to preheat the oven to 375 degrees. And then you want to pop this in and bake this for 1 hour or until it reads 160 internal. Like I said, you can make this ahead, 24 hours, just wrap it in plastic wrap and you can pop it in later. Again, great make-ahead meal. Okay, with about 15 minutes left to go in the cook, it's time to add the first layer of our whiskey barbecue sauce. And then we're going to pop this back into the oven for about 7 minutes. And with about 8 minutes left to go, it's time to add just another small second coat to our meatloaf, and then we'll let it finish off baking in the oven. All right, last thing to do is just let this thing rest for 10 minutes, and it should be good to go for serving. So, that is Maker's Mark Meatloaf. Done.